Hey, it's new clutch day. So, today we'll be getting rid of the old clutch and sticking the new one on. New one has an extra 3 teeth in the old one, so hopefully that doesn't cause too much issue. Slight change in the ratio, but we're finally going to get rid of that heat damaged piece of crap and throw on the new one. So what I'll try and do is a bit more succinctly show you how I went about removing the clutch and putting the new one on, which means finding a proper way to balance this camera. Alrighty, now this ought to show a little bit more clearly what I was trying to do in my last video. So basically, what you'll find is that no matter how hard you turn, you're not going to be able to undo that without turning the motor over. Alright, so the trick is, okay, we're undoing, so over this side. So basically, get your aim right, give it a few solid. The trick in getting this to work is to hit it hard, because you want to be hitting it with more force than it takes to turn the motor over. It does take quite a few to loosen properly. If you're lucky, you'll break that seal in one. There we go. Now, sorry if my hands were in the way that whole time, but that is all she wrote. Now, very important not to throw away these bits here, because quite simply, the new clutch doesn't come with those parts. So, what we're looking at here, just make sure that didn't drop anything. It sounded like it dropped. Now, it is a slightly different sized clutch. I mean, it's beefier on the back here than this one, but I don't see why that would cause any issues. And of course, we've got that little tongue in there, which is going to line up in the groove, which is here. Just like that. That still looks good to me. Alright, we'll get our washers back on from here. Make sure that that fits snugly over the top. Alright, and for tightening it up, we just do the exact opposite of what we did to put it on, which means get a hammer, give it a few solid whacks, and that's it. Now, because of the extra size in the back of the clutch there, I'll see if I can line it up. You can see there is quite a significant alignment issue. But I had that with the chain issues I was having in the first place. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen the mounting bolts, and there's a little bit of wiggle room in that motor to try and get that lined up. Alright, let's start her up and see what happens. Alright, we're just putting the exhaust cap back on. Success! So, my handbrake idea works, however it's got one major drawback. I can't take the bugger off. Not easily anyway. Today we're playing a game called Dodge the Camera. This bottom part of the yard is the fastest part of the track. So hopefully we get some nice dirt flicky action happening. I'm wearing the chest camera, so hopefully we'll get some point of view as well. The exhaust is restricting the engine, so we're not getting the torque that we need. So I'm going to pop the cap off again and see if that makes a difference. Just look at the discoloration in that tube if you can see it. It's getting a lot hotter on this kart than it ever did on the little two-stroke, but hopefully removing that cap will open up a bit of torque for me, because I do suspect that's part of what my problem is. So, you can come here. So removing that exhaust cap definitely opened up the torque in the motor. However, the yard is now so slushy that I just cannot maintain the traction I need to get the speed to get up around that hill. Now, you can kind of see behind me, it's not a massive uphill, but it's still enough to make this engine struggle, especially when the tyres are so chocked up with mud like that. This is probably not a brilliant space to try and ride one of these in, but if I keep going, the entire backyard's going to be a bit of a mud pit. So I probably need to go ahead and plant some grass seeds in there and let it regrow. But the new clutch seems to be doing okay. My biggest issue, as I said, is being able to pick up speed and maintain it, because I can't get the power down. The front wheels are either slipping in the mud, meaning you probably saw it in the video, cutting way too wide, and then the back wheels aren't biting to give me that traction I need to pick up speed. Now, as for the clutch, ow, fuck. Alright, note to self, exhaust are hot. Right. So that clutch isn't smoking like the other one is, or was. Now I'm caught in the tree. Seeing as I have to now lug the go-kart up that hill, it's probably not worth starting it up, trying to get it up there again. Yeah, pretty happy with that hacked up exhaust. It's cool. I mean, it's a bit noisy right in the ear, but the standard muffler is not that much quieter anyway. Definitely have to leave the cap off because the difference in torque was incredible. It was barely moving with the cap on, and then it was picking up all right with the cap off. Just not enough to get me around the backyard. So the next challenge is trying to find a way to transport the cart. Now, I'm pretty sure it won't fit in the back of the hatch, but I have to give it a go. Because I can't keep on driving it around the backyard like this. But if I can manage to find a way to transport it, then I can take it out, you know, at the back of the forest where I've ridden the bike sometimes. And a bit more space, maybe you can see what it can do. But I don't have a tow ball, don't have a trailer, so that's out of the question. I mean, I'm driving a little hatchback. You would have probably seen it in the driveways. So if it doesn't fit in the back of the hatch, then I don't know what I'm going to do. So yeah, I guess I'll go measure the space between the tyres and measure the space in the back of the hatch and hope, I guess.